Hi everybody, Matt back with you. Well, the sun is out, summer has arrived again, so the adventures continue, and today I'm just in the woods above Cornholme in Todmorden. This feels like very, very ancient woodland. It's called Whittenstall Clough, and I'm on my way to a place called Shaw, which has an abandoned chapel at the top of some stairs, which we'll find in a minute. Before that, just want to remind you of what's in this wood here. So I always like to find weird and wonderful things. Sometimes I need some help to find them, so quick thank you to Kerry for mentioning this one a couple of years ago. This is the Stone Man of Cornholme. He's brilliant, isn't he? Okay, let's head to the church. Supposed to come with me. Okay, we'll leave our stone man sleeping. Head through the woods. So it is a bit of a trek to reach where we're getting to today. This is the bottom of Whittenstall Clough. As you can see, it's muddy, it's slippy. We've got to cross tiny bridges to get there. Oh, tiny loose bridges. However, it's beautiful. So when you reach the top of Whittenstall Clough, you come to these very ancient stone stairs. These are very, very worn. These are actually the stairs that the congregation would have taken if they were walking up from Cornholme to get to the church. So these have been here for, again, over 200 years, and yeah, I'll show you how worn they are. Okay, so heading up the stairs, some of them are certainly not level. But you can just picture the ghosts from the past, people walking up here to get to church. It feels ancient. And they open up and up. I don't know how many steps are here. We've got quite a lot already. And I'm already exhausted. And as we reach the top of the steps, we find the graveyard. And our first look through the trees at Shaw Baptist Church. Okay, we've reached the church. Let's see what we can find. Still have the old gates here. Well, from what I was told, the end house here is the Sunday school. I was told somebody was living in there. I don't think that's the case though. But just in case, I'm going to sneak quietly. Okay, here we are at the church, which, as you can see, it's definitely seen better days. Now it says at the top, Riddled Baptist Anno Domini, and a few Roman numerals that I've forgotten. But this was built in 1977 and was actually in use for over 200 years. Wow. So what's obvious, of course, is that this place has definitely seen better days. As I said earlier, it was 1777. In 1951 we finally got electricity, but by the 1960s the building was discovered to be full of dry rot, and by I think 1987-ish, maybe slightly earlier, it was no longer used as a church at all. Between the 60s and the 80s they used the Sunday school. So this has been abandoned for what, 4 decades now. Yeah, it's definitely had its day, hasn't it? Anyway, whilst we're here, let's see if we can find anything of interest. It's obviously a hangout. Gosh, what a dump. I think you can see, I think these are the original pews of the church. Well, it's amazing that they're still there. Yeah. So that's the back wall. Oh, well, if you just come in through the entrance, still a little bit of stained glass window. Okay, so from here I can give you a proper showing of what's left here. A lot of it has been bricked up. You can see there some of the original colour and some blue, some pinks from the plaster. There are a lot of pictures actually of this church online, and you can see they were actually very happy to get electricity in 1951, and there is a picture of that occasion. So, if you look up at the roof you can see how chunks of it have fallen. Okay, and again more evidence of the original pews here. Look, pew 34. Wow. Okay, so sadly there's not really much else to show you. Mother Nature is reclaiming its property. So I think we'll leave here. What's left is interesting to look at, but yeah, it is unfortunately a bit of a death trap. Okay, so into the graveyard. This is the side of the church. There are some steps up here, but I don't think they lead to anything. No. Again, because people live around the back, I won't go any further than this. I'm guessing this is like an old boiler area, or a cellar perhaps, I don't know. Wobbly rocks means I can't really go and look. Okay. So I'm now at the back of the chapel, and as I mentioned earlier, you can see that's actually the residence there. So I won't go on to their property. This is the back of the church where we've just been. I don't think you can quite make that out, the sun's in a bad place, but it says Shaw General Baptist Chapel, built in 1777, enlarged 1853 I think, and again in 1871. There we go, we've come full circle. Those are the gates we started through. Okay, so I'm just heading back down the steps just to conclude our story here. So this route does actually serve another purpose for the church, not just to get churchgoers from Cornholme to come to the church, but at the bottom of here there is obviously the river. And as it was a Baptist church, in this little pool here, they would come down the steps down to the water under this ancient bridge, And the vicar would baptise the parishioners when it was their turn to be baptised, before they took the journey back up the steps to church. So I finished today's exploration just here, one of a number of ruins that you can find in the fields just next to Shaw Baptist Chapel. And I don't think it's hard to imagine that back in the day, people in these farms, again that you can find scattered across the fields towards Todmorden, possibly came here to show to the church. Maybe these all were left abandoned and ruined before the chapel finished, I don't know. This one's the most impressive, of course, because of the archway. As for the chapel itself, obviously it's a bit of a shame to see something fall into disrepair. It is very dangerous. The floor just wobbles underneath all the nettles and brambles. So please, please be careful. Don't let me lead you into danger. Okay guys, have a quick look in here and I'll see you next time.